So today, I chose to come to you all with a story time. A story time, yes. This story time is about when I have gotten stolen from. A new client texted me. She, booked an appointment. I'm gonna insert everything. Okay? She texted me on DM inquiring about, small knotless, like extra small knotless braids. Now, mind you, I don't do extra smalls. I do smalls. But I was, being kind. Sometimes I can be maybe too kind or kind to the wrong people, and not knowingly. Just me, being in business, being a very personable person. That's just how I am. So I was looking out for her. She said it was like for her birthday, blah, blah, blah. So, she added in some personal pieces to it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I don't do smalls. I don't do extra small. I'll just stop at small. But if you want extra small, I'll make that exception and I'll do it for you. But it's going to be at an extra fee. You feel me? So that's what it was. And she agreed to the extra fee. And then, with me knowing I don't have extra small online or anything like that. So it was no way for her to book for extra small. She would really be booking for small. So all in all, I just chose to put it through my Square invoice. I decided to invoice her, and I decided to do the invoice, and she only had to pay a deposit. And I usually never really do deposits. I just do card on file. If you put your card on file to secure it, I don't take no money from you before or nothing like that. But for her, I did a deposit. She had to pay just a $25 deposit, and then she had the invoice that she agreed to. She agreed to all the terms on the invoice, and per that agreement, she was supposed to pay me at the end of her service, pay the remaining balance, which was over $500. So boom, that's what it was supposed to be. And this was in April, and around that time, I don't know what the freak I was thinking, for real. I don't know what I was thinking, but for the people that know, when you got somebody that's trying to be a last minute appointment, or somebody that's trying to, book with you, but you kind of make it work for them, and then they turn around and no show or something like that. In this case, I was, being easy on her. I wasn't just saying, oh, do this and do that, and then send me half, send me the full, or all this crazy stuff. We're gonna stop. So I made it very easy for her, and that was taken advantage of. And listen, I take that completely on me. That's why I've changed things in my business after April 2023 when that occurred. So I'm gonna make sure I insert, the clips on the conversation, leading up to basically her inquiring about this service. Me not doing it, but I made the exception and I sent her an invoice. I think the invoice was maybe $550 or something like that. She was coming already washed and blow dried. So I was just doing her hair basically, and I was providing the hair, and I'm doing extra long, extra small. And I couldn't even count how many locks, how many braids she had, because they was what they was. They was extra small. So not only that, we agreed to the day, all that, I contracted and I got assistance from my homegirl, Yana. And I'll put Yana's Instagram. I'll put Yana's Instagram so you guys can go and follow Yana. Follow her and show her some love. She's a great cosmetologist in Delaware. She is multiverse in all different types of services. So get with her. But so I got in contact with her for her to assist me in this by prepping the hair, putting it on the racks, and by just prepping the hair, putting it on the racks, and finishing braiding down the ends, the tips of the hair, of the braids. So I would do the parting, I would start to braid the knotless braid, and I would leave it out at a certain point so that Yana can come and tag team me and finish it off. And listen, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I'm going to insert a clip on how beautiful this was. And we was getting it done. 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 Okay? We was. And mind you, this is the time when I was working out my house at the time. And at my apartment at that time. I've always, like, I was in my apartment since I got in that apartment. So, like, basically, like, 2 years. I got in that apartment, like, 2020 when I had my son. Y'all know, once I had my child, you know, he would be in the dang playpen in the living room while I'm doing hair in the living room. I would watch him and change his diapers and make sure he's good while doing 3-4 clients a day. Sometimes, you know, less, but on average, like 3 clients a day. Getting it in, tending to my clients, but also being able to tend to my child and be in the comfort of my home, tending to him. So it worked for that season. It did. But after, you know, time had passed, once my son started to get bigger, things started to get harder on me, you know. Things started to get harder on me. It was harder to keep up with him. I know that he needed more. He needed to be in school. He needed to be around other kids. He needed to be around teachers that's read, you know, all throughout the day. He needed to be able to go outside, blah, 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 like all those types of things. So before this incident had happened, I literally was feeling that way and having thoughts of, oh, I need to get out of working from home. I need to get out from working from home, you know, doing my clients from home. Because listen, if it was up to me, I would continue doing so. But it's like I have a child, and with him getting older, the more and more he's getting closer to 3, I'm seeing it's creating certain problems within my business, you know. And it is not a problem because I'll choose my son any day. In the past, before, I prioritized clients over my own personal things, and I've done that. But you know, that never treated me well. That leaves my clients thinking that they run my life or something like that, and they're my bosses. And that leaves the people in my life feeling like they'll never get to see me, or whenever they see me, I just need something or whatever like that, just because I didn't have that time to put in with anything else but doing hair, doing my clients, right? But now things have shifted. I was already literally wanting to get out of the shop. I was wanting to change. But you know, I didn't make it happen. I was looking for the right time, the perfect time, and I didn't make it happen. So what had happened was God. But God. Or, you know, no, I think of everything as God. I'm not gonna say, oh, that was the devil. No. But God forcefully, he knows what I can handle. He knows what's gonna mold me and force me to evolve and adapt and be the resilient boss I am, right? So God put this person into my life, and he tested me. He tested my business. He tested all of that. Put this person into my life and made me go through this. And that was the freaking kick. That was the kick in the butt that I needed to get up out of where I was working at, which was out of my home, doing my clients, and level it up. To turn it up a notch. Oh, shoot. Oh, excuse me, y'all. A little car now. But yes, that was the push I needed to turn it up a notch, a couple notches. So immediately after that, and for one, when this happened in April, I believe, okay, it's January, February, March. Okay, so in March, that's when I first started my looking for a home, you know, my shopping around for a house. Boom. So when April came and she stole from me, that's when I was, you know, in the mix of it. So when I tell you after that had happened, with the quickness, I got into a shop called Main Attractions. And that shop was perfect for me for a season, for when it was good for me. And I was working my ass off. I was in the shop early mornings, to the next fucking morning, early mornings and late nights, like all of that stuff. I was in there. I was getting it in because I knew what I was working towards. I was working towards something and I wanted it. And I was working towards getting a house and moving out of that apartment, because that was the apartment that, you know, I just got somebody just stole from me. Not only did they steal from me, she was like giving a whole runaround about, oh, you know, I thought the car was saved on file. Like, you got to do that. That's your car. You got to save it on file. Trying to, like, blame it on me. Oh, I didn't save it on file. And then trying to say, oh, well, it was for her birthday. So her sister was paying for it. So she got to wait for her sister to answer so she can ask her what's wrong with the card, why it's not going through, so her sister can pay it or whatever like that. But her sister don't live here. Her sister live in Ohio. You know, so she basically got to do it over the phone, get the information over the phone, whatever. And by this time, like, it's like 5 in the morning because I started her hair, you know, the day before. But it took about 20 hours between taking breaks, between, you know, all the different things. It took 20 hours for me to do extra small, extra long with an assist with me, helping me in this task. So, after that had happened, and she would say all this runaround, at that time, I could tell, like, okay, she seems like she's going to try to do the dash. She seems like she's going to try to do the, I just want to grind my teeth right now. But she seems like she's going to try to do the dash, right? So I text the father of my child because he was going to be dropping off my son to me that morning. So I text him saying, like, oh, you know, for him to come now, basically, because something weird was going on with my client. I know that she tried to say earlier in the day she had somebody outside for her ride, but then they wasn't there no more. But then, like, while I was waiting for the father of my child to come, I had, like, peeped outside because I needed to throw something away. And then the homegirl, she was, like, getting all antsy and whatnot. Like, oh, is he here? Talking about, is he here? Because I told her, you know, I got somebody coming. My son's about to get dropped off. Blah, blah, blah. You know, still keeping it cool. Because I was being so naive. Like, I really did not think she was trying to steal from me and not pay. And then in my mind, I was like, oh, to the father, I was like, oh, I'm thinking like it's somewhere going on, but I was like to him, you know, when you come, don't sit here and be on BS. You know, don't sit here and be on BS. Because she really could be trying to collect the payment, you know, and I'm not like that. I'm not, you know, going to be like, oh, you not trying to pay. But then what if they really was trying to pay me? I'm not trying to be like that or accused, and that could, you know. So I'm still trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, y'all. Still trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because she's like talking about the payment and having issues with the payment. Got to call her sister, whatever. But then I didn't like how she was trying to also put it on me. Also on the back burner, still trying to put it on me. So I'm just like, okay. So we can speed it along. Basically, you know, nobody was calling, nobody was answering. Like, she was just saying that she had somebody waiting outside to be like her getaway, you know, for her to leave. So when I had went outside